Hi everyone, it's me Emily. Today I'm doing a speed build for a Tinkerbell and Peter Pan area. I mainly do books on this island, but for me the main inspiration for this build is the films. Specifically for Tinkerbell focusing on her own film because she doesn't get to do that much in the original Peter Pan story, I don't believe. So I hope you like it and let's get on with the video. So if you didn't catch my last video, I was doing a real-time build just to the right of this set of cliffs basically. By the way, you should totally go watch it. But yeah, I'm going to be working on the cliffs today. The main plan is that the cliffs will be my Tinkerbell inspired area, and then behind this is the little beach that Red will park his boat at when he comes to visit. And because Red in my head is always meant to be a pirate, maybe he's not meant to be, I don't know, but to me he seems like a pirate. Then I thought I would use the pirate items, and that's where the Peter Pan part of the build is going to come into, because Peter Pan, they fight the pirates. But definitely I'm more inspired by the Tinkerbell idea because I've watched the Tinkerbell films more. By the way, the whole Tinkerbell idea was inspired by a comment I got, so thank you very much for that. And if you guys have any other builds, it can be films, it can be stories, it can be anything you want to see, just leave me a comment and I will work on it. So in the Tinkerbell films, there's a whole bunch of different types of fairies and they all have different items to represent them. So I picked 4 of them and I'm showing their items. So we've got the flower for the floral fairies, nature, which is the puppy dog, light for the stars, and then I wanted to do the water fairy because she was part of the main group, but I didn't have any type of water bottle, so I'm using the canned tea. It's not ideal, but just please pretend that it makes sense and that it's water. And then Tinkerbell is a Tinker Fairy, so the item that she has and it kind of picks her and lets her know what her ability is going to be. I think in the film it's a hammer, but I didn't have that in game. But I thought that the flimsy watering can looked nice and handmade, so it works nicely for that to be the item that she might be choosing. In terms of a colour scheme for this build, I didn't really have one. I think this build is going to be more in the fairycore kind of style, but I just wanted it to be, instead of being a specific theme, I just wanted the overall feel of the build to be quite whimsy and, yeah, magical because it's about fairies. The blue mush lamp is so pretty and I think the colour really helps and makes it a bit unique. And then I'm using the Bunny Day arch as a little bit to help you run through. I won't be building anything at the moment to the left of this area, so this is just going to be a path going through, and then at some point I'll come in and change out and work out how I want the path to be, if I want there to be anything on it. But I guess I would say that this Bunny Day arch is being like the full stop, the end of my build, at least going towards the left. Of course, it wouldn't be one of my builds if I didn't use the little stunted tree hack. I just love it so much. If you're not already aware of it, all you need to do is bury a piece of fruit behind a tree and it will stay at the size it's currently grown to. I think it's right at the beginning of the film, but there's a part where basically they say that how fairies are made is when a baby laughs for the first time, it creates a fairy. So I wanted to do some kind of representation for that. So I'm using this baby bed. It's a little cot, and so I'm going to be using that right here. It's in a nice pink colour. And then I will place the baby bear onto it because I don't want to find, I don't know, I don't feel like trying to add an actual baby onto the bed. I'm not even sure what I would have used for that. I guess for doll like items could have worked. But I think the baby bear is just a cute, simple nod to that little part of the film. And now really all I'm doing is coming through and starting to fill in some of the gaps around my pathing with more whimsical elements, just to make it all a bit magical. I love glowing moss. I use it so much on my island, especially up in the fairycore section. It is just so nice and easy to work with, so I really like to use it. And it definitely works well in this build as well, I feel. And then I've got a few different custom designs that I'm using, just kind of sprinkling them throughout the build. If there is any code you ever want, by the way, please just leave me a comment and I will find it for you. I didn't like how the path leading up that incline was looking a little bit plain, so I'm coming in front and using this large mushroom platform with a superstar on it. It's actually very reminiscent of my kidcore island with that big Mario furniture, but I liked it because the blue of the big mushroom platform matches in with the blue of the mush lamp, so I thought it would work quite nicely. And this small pink mushroom platform along with the Nova light is so nice. I'm gonna add another mush lamp into this corner. And I think the Tinkerbell section is pretty much done, so I'm coming down on this ladder, and this is where Red's beach is. So I'm going to try and keep this quite simple because I still want to be able to get to his boat when he visits. But I've got this barrel. This is one of the prizes, I believe, that you can get from Gulliver when he visits your island. And then I have a snapping turtle, and this isn't the snapping turtle model. This is actually just for snapping turtle, so if you ever catch one in game and don't want to donate it or don't want to sell it, if you keep it you can use it as furniture, and it's really cool and a very unique item. So I would definitely recommend whatever season you can catch them in, try to get a few snapping turtles. And then I thought because this is meant to be pirates and a kind of pirate area, I would add some pearls. The sideways pirate barrel as well, looking nice and adding a bit of different dimension. And I did keep these blue hyacinths to kind of tie the two builds together. And now I want to take you on a walkthrough of how the final area looks. So out over Red's beach we've got the Peter Pan section, very simple, it's really just a collection of pirate furniture. And then up the incline we are entering the Tinkerbell area. We've got all the different items she could choose to see what her special talent is. We've got the baby bed because that's how fairies are formed, and it's just super glowy and natural, and I really like it. And that's it for today. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I would really appreciate any suggestions you have for other builds you'd like to see. I recommend having a look at these 5 waterfall design tips, and I'll see you next time. Bye!